Welcome back to the Motivated Mind Zone. Glad to have you here. So, today we're diving deep into something I think pretty much everyone bumps up against at some point, this weird paradox.
Hmm.
We're always told, think big, dream huge, right? Launch the big thing, write the massive book, master that really complex
The
skill.
moonshot idea.
Exactly. But then what happens? That bigness, that sheer scale, it just, it freezes you. It creates so much like psychological friction that you get stuck before you even start.
That feeling, that overwhelm is exactly what we're digging into today. Our source material, exploring David J. Schwartz's ideas from The Magic of Thinking Big, it points to something kind of counterintuitive.
Okay.
That the way to actually achieve those huge successes isn't some massive, terrifying leap. It's, it's more strategic.
Yeah.
It's about a whole series of small, really manageable steps, almost kind steps.
Small, kind steps. I like that. So that's our mission for this deep dive, right? We're cutting through the fluff, the usual motivational talk.
They get practical.
We want to pull out the actual tactics for you listening. How do you take those big, kind of scary ambitions and turn them into clear, tiny actions you can actually do each day? Actions that build momentum almost quietly.
Exactly. The real magic, if you want to call it that, isn't just about having a big vision. It's about shrinking the daily effort down so much that you barely feel any resistance to starting.
Okay, let's unpack that. Starting right at the beginning, which feels like it has to be internal. Quieting that little voice inside.
Uh-huh. The one that whispers, nope, can't do this.
Yeah, that one. Our source suggests the very first thing is just noticing that voice.
And understanding why it pops up. See, the huge demand, like succeed at this massive thing now,
Yeah.
that triggers our basic fight or flight. It just screams danger, creates resistance.
Okay.
So belief doesn't have to be this huge, loud declaration to fight that. It can actually be much quieter, like one small, manageable sentence you repeat gently each morning, something that kind of bypasses the panic button.
Like what? Give me an example.
Simple things. I can try and learn about this for a bit this week, or even just, I will do one tiny thing towards this today. It lowers the stakes immediately.
That feels much more doable. It shifts it from this massive identity change to just a tiny adjustment in what you do.
Precisely. The source has this great little story uh, about a neighbor with a small shop. She was really struggling. That inner critic was loud.
Right. What does she do?
Well, her big goal was huge, save the shop. But her quiet belief, the thing she focused on, was just, I can make one small change this week.
Okay, one small change, like what?
Tiny things, but visible.
Yeah.
She deep cleaned the front windows until they sparkled, designed just a slightly better handwritten sign. And then, this was key, she invited just one neighbor she knew for a free cookie.
Ah, okay. Not a huge marketing campaign, just one person.
Exactly. And those little things, they weren't scary. Cleaning a window doesn't feel like saving a business.
But they built confidence, right? Little wins.
Absolutely. Each one was proof she could act. Finishing the window made her feel just brave enough to try the sign. Finishing the sign made the cookie invitation feel possible. It's that quiet belief plus tiny actions creating this gentle upward momentum.
So the thinking big part is only really useful if you immediately translate it into what you called a minimum viable action, something that doesn't trigger the panic.
You got it. If the big dream is teaching online, the NVA isn't buy a $1,000 camera. It's maybe drafting a 1-minute lesson outline.
Yeah.
Or recording on your phone and sending it to one trusted friend.
Okay. Or, like the source mentioned, improving your English.
Yeah. Don't aim for fluency tomorrow. Just record a 1-minute voice note today. Listen back, pick out one sound you want to work on. Tiny, low-stakes actions. They build the habit of doing, not just planning.
Right, that makes sense. So, okay, inner voice quieted, tiny actions identified. Now, the external plan, this is where clarity comes in, yeah. Moving away from vague stuff.
Exactly. Because I want to be better at my job.
Yeah. What does that even mean? It's so fuzzy. It's useless for actual action. You'll forget it by lunchtime.
So instead,
Define clear, measurable aims. Things that give you a simple map for today. Not improve my English, but maybe I will speak only English during my coffee break, or I will find and email one potential contact this week. See? It tells you exactly what to do.
I remember the example of Jacob. He wanted more responsibility at work. Big, vague goal.
Right. Very daunting. Be a leader. But he narrowed it down. His clear aim became, I will volunteer to lead one short, specific 5-minute update in the team meeting this month.
Ah, specific and time-bound.
And because it was small and defined, he could actually prepare for that. He wasn't prepping for a keynote. He practiced maybe 2 key phrases, jotted the main point on the little card, prepared for 90 seconds of talking. That's doable and visible.
That really tackles the heavy dream problem, doesn't it? Like writing a whole book or launching something big feels so massive it just crushes you before you start. Totally.
Yeah.
It's like trying to lift a car.
Yeah.
Impossible. So you could break it down strategically, find the smallest possible parts that feel close and manageable.
Writing a book feels impossible.
But writing one good paragraph this week can probably do that. Learning a new software feels huge.
Yeah.
Practicing one specific function for 5 minutes today, that's achievable. The source mentioned a sister building an online course. Huge project.
How'd she break it down?
Instead of mapping the whole thing, she just focused on creating one short video lesson, like 5 minutes long, and one simple worksheet to go with it. That's it.
Okay.
Once those 2 tiny pieces were done, suddenly the structure for the next piece became clear. It went from being this giant, scary blob to, oh, okay, it's just a series of these little video worksheet pairs.
Right. It becomes visible like an assembly line, as you said. Small completions kill the fear and build momentum. Okay, so we have the mindset, the clear small goals. What about the tools we use while doing it, like language?
Oh, absolutely crucial. The words you use internally and even externally, they genuinely change how you feel and how committed you seem, even to yourself.
No, so.
Well, if you constantly say, I'll try to do this, you're basically giving yourself an out before you even start. Your brain hears try as permission to fail.
Ah, I see.
But if you shift to definite language, I will spend 10 minutes on this task every day for 1 week. It sends a different signal. It's a clear, specific commitment.
That makes sense. Like Vanessa, who was nervous about asking for help at work.
Yeah, her shift wasn't about suddenly becoming brave. It was about changing her internal script from, maybe I should ask a question,
Yeah.
to practicing the specific, definite phrase. I will ask this one question tomorrow.
Just practicing the sentence.
That little rehearsal made her feel calmer, more prepared. It significantly upped the odds she'd actually do it. It's about practicing these simple, strong phrases until they feel normal.
Okay, I get the power of small steps and definite language, but let me play devil's advocate for a second for our listeners who might be a bit skeptical.
Go for it.
We hear this idea of acting as if, or fake it till you make it. When Mr. Ronald, the new manager in the example, is practicing standing tall and speaking calmly, isn't that just acting, putting on a mask? How do we know this leads to real confidence, not just performing?
That's a really fair question. And I think this source material frames it helpfully. It's not about faking in the sense of being deceptive. It's better to think of it as behavioral rehearsal.
Behavioral rehearsing.
You're essentially giving your brain and body the muscle memory for the state you want to achieve. Mr. Ronald wasn't lying by standing straight. He was consciously practicing the physical and verbal habits of calmness. He'd literally rehearse steady breathing and specific calm phrases for, say, 5 minutes before important meetings.
So it's the repetition that makes it real.
Exactly. Through many small rehearsals, the behavior starts to become automatic. It takes less conscious effort. His posture, his tone, they become his natural default over time. And then, crucially, others perceive that genuine calm, which feeds back and reinforces his actual confidence. It's a loop. Rehearsal bridges the gap between the desired trait and the ingrained habit.
Okay, that reframing from faking to rehearsal helps. And we don't have to do this alone, right? The source talks about community.
Oh, massively important. Supportive people, friends, maybe a small group, they provide what the source calls warm help.
Warm help.
Yeah. Now, honest feedback given kindly, encouragement when you stumble, maybe even just sharing ideas when you're stuck. It mentioned a coworker who joined a tiny 10-minute daily speaking practice group online.
What did that do?
It created a safe space to make mistakes without judgment. The group celebrated small wins together and offered specific gentle pointers. Sharing those small goals makes the big ambition feel way less isolating.
Right. Okay, but things will go wrong. Mistakes happen, plans get derailed, big goals aren't smooth sailing. How do we prepare for that?
This is where we get a bit more advanced with resilience. It's about proactively planning for obstacles, thinking ahead,
How?
using something called implementation intentions. It sounds fancy, but it's basically just creating simple if-then sentences for yourself.
Huh?
You plan the backup action before you need it.
Okay, give me an example.
Like, okay, if I'm completely exhausted after work and really can't face my 30-minute study session, then I will just do 5 solid minutes right before I brush my teeth.
Huh. I need that exact one if the sofa looks too tempting.
Exactly. You anticipate the likely obstacle and decide on a mini action in advance. Martha, the shopkeeper example, she knew Sundays were crazy busy.
Right, her plan.
Her ifin was. If Sunday gets too chaotic for my usual marketing time, then I will use my 2-minute coffee break to schedule one pre-written social media post. Boom. Tiny backup plan keeps things moving.
That prevents the all or nothing trap where one missed day derails everything.
Precisely. And when you do mess up, because you will, the key is reframing. Mistakes aren't failures of character. They're just data, signals showing you exactly where you can tweak things.
So don't beat yourself up. Analyze.
Yeah. The smart cycle is try something small, see what happens, learn from it, change one small thing, and try again. Ask yourself, okay, what specific tiny thing did I learn here? What's one small adjustment I can make next time?
Like the colleague with the nervous talk.
Right. He didn't spiral. He just asked a friend for one piece of feedback, practiced that one thing. Maybe he was slowing down his opening line, and the next talk was noticeably better. Incremental improvement.
And part of that cycle is actually acknowledging the progress, right? Celebrating the small wins.
Hugely important.
Yeah.
You have to teach your brain that the effort is worthwhile, even enjoyable. When you finish that tiny task you committed to mark it off, savor it.
Oh, big party.
Doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
A small, specific reward. Your favorite cup of tea. Playing one song you love really loud. A quick walk outside. Something that signals job well done to your brain.
That positive reinforcement matters. I liked the bit about the brother marking his English practice on a calendar.
Yeah. That visual chain, not wanting to break it, becomes surprisingly powerful motivation. Small, kind rewards build momentum.
Okay, so this leads us towards making it all sustainable, right? Habits.
Exactly. This is the quiet engine behind big success. For change to stick long term, you need to turn those small actions into habits. Choose one tiny habit and, if possible, link it to something you already do every day. Habit stacking.
making it automatic, reducing the need for willpower.
Precisely. If you always have tea after lunch, maybe that's when you read one page in English. The tea becomes the trigger. 2 minutes linked to an existing routine, almost effortless after a while.
Like Daniel, the photographer example.
Perfect case. He didn't commit to complex photo shoots every day. His tiny habit was take one interesting photo each morning during his walk and post it. That's it.
And over time.
Over months, that single consistent micro habit built an impressive portfolio, established him as someone who's always creating, and yeah, it eventually attracted new clients who saw his dedication.
And this feels crucial. The plan has to be realistic, right? It needs to fit your actual life.
Absolutely. Radical honesty is required here. Your plan has to match your real schedule, your real energy levels. If it doesn't respect your reality, you'll just burn out and quit.
Like Noah, the shopkeeper who could only manage 5 minutes.
Yeah. 5 minutes of focused practice daily. Sounds tiny. But because it was genuinely doable within his packed life, he stuck with it for years. Gentle, honest plans are the ones that last. Sustainable growth respects your actual capacity.
And then finally, it seems like big thinkers paradoxically get good at spotting small opportunities.
Yes, they notice the little gaps, the small needs others miss, because they're not just focused on the giant endpoint, they see the stepping stones.
Like the person starting the neighborhood language group.
Exactly. Saw a small need no easy evening practice groups, started something simple, low commitment online. It met that niche need and grew organically from there. Small start, big potential.
So, wrapping this all up, the magic of thinking big isn't really magic at all, is it?
Not really. It's more like a smart strategy. It's about holding that big, inspiring vision in your mind.
But then focusing your actual daily planning on tiny, clear, kind steps.
Precisely. Believe gently that you can learn and grow. Act on one small thing today. Make that action regular, habitual. Use clear goals. Treat mistakes like data. Get support. And definitely celebrate the forward motion, however small.
That blend the big dream and the micro action, that's the real path.
It really seems to be. It bypasses the fear and builds unstoppable, quiet momentum.
Okay, so here's something to think about as we finish up. Since we know that real courage often starts with just one small step that gets you past that initial friction, what is the one tiny action? Maybe a short message you need to send, a quick video draft, one 5-minute conversation. What's that minimum viable action you will initiate this week to start building the new path you want?
Find that one thing, start really small, and maybe start now. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive.
See you next time.